So Bob is in the UK, okay? Mm-hmm. He takes off to do his thing and is completely disoriented, finds his way to Alabama. Bob finds his way to Alabama. And the rescue animal shelter is trying to find his way back home. Where did Bob come from?
Who is Bob?
A carrier pigeon.
Okay.
One of those homing pigeons that shouldn't have got lost.
He flew from the UK to Alabama?
Well, they think. That's a good question. They think he was on a ship.
Like he just hopped on the ship and took a little ride.
And took a rest and then just kind of stayed on that ship until it got to America and then flew around until, somebody said, hey, want some food?
Sightseeing.
Yeah. So evidently, I think the pigeon was chipped because they were able to find the homing, place where he's housed in the UK. Crazy.
All the way from the UK.
Yeah. All the way from the UK, a carrier or a homing pigeon who usually will go off and spend a couple of days somewhere, where it was supposed to go, and then come right back. Never came back for months.
Got lost.
Got lost really quick.
I mean, I've been lost a time or two. I've not made it to another country.
Yeah, my GPS will sometimes bring me to weird places. Strange places.
Always.
Yeah.
And different GPSs will bring you to different places on the same
I was
address.
at someplace over the weekend, and it had me across the street on one frontage road where the place I was going was like all the way across the street at another side. I mean, why it brought me there, I have no idea.
Look, I get lost on my way to work, on my way home from work. I might as well just be honest.
Yeah.
I'm lost every day of my life.
True story. She'd lost her way coming in here this morning.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Christy's here as well at 800-447-7234. I don't know about you, Christy. My GPS will just take me to very strange places.
Live by my GPS. My husband and I fish tournaments every weekend, and the GPS gets us turned around, and we end up in some sketch, weird back roads going to, these lakes and stuff. It happens, on a weekly basis for us.
How did you get involved in tournaments?
So my husband has always loved fishing, and I've always loved fishing. So when we got married, we decided to get a boat, and he has a lot of friends who are already doing tournament fishing. So we just got involved, and now it's fun. We do it every weekend, and it's a lot. We do bass fishing tournaments.
For some reason, I feel like you met on a dock.
We did not, but he did propose to me on our boat during a tournament.
How'd it come out?
So he had our kids pose on the bank with big signs, and I thought it was a car wash. So I didn't really pay attention. I was focused on trying to catch the fish, and I look up and see the signs, and it says, "I'm hooked for life. Will you marry me?" And I start looking around the lake, and I'm like, this is so cute. What is happening? And he's literally behind me on one knee the whole time.
Oh.
And so of course I said yes.
He got you hook, line, and sinker.
He did. It was really cute.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Bluebell ice cream, my favorite. We lived in Texas. We just moved here. It's a Texas-based ice cream. So good. They have come up with the greatest solution to keeping our hands warm while eating the entire pint of ice cream, because who doesn't eat the entire pint at a time? So when you have that pint of ice cream and you're eating it, first of all, the condensation happens because it starts to melt. And then because the pint is made out of cardboard, it starts to melt a little bit and get a little squishy. And your hands get cold. So what did they do? They made a pint-sized koozie. Like you put on your Coca-Cola?
So just for the Bluebell, they have a koozie for the Bluebell ice cream.
Well, it fits on any pint of ice cream. So whether you are, in a great mood, put the koozie on, eat it up. Whether you're, crying your eyes out, need that pint, put the koozie on, eat it up. But it is the easiest and best way to eat right out of the carton, which is heaven.
Sounds like
Who
it.
doesn't eat the whole pint at a time?
Me, I don't eat the whole pint.
Do you eat ice cream, though?
Sometimes. No, I eat frozen yogurt.
See, no. Mm-mm. If you're going to pick up a pint of ice cream, don't put it back in the freezer. Eat straight out of it and go for it.
Okay. Well, that's Harlan's philosophy, which a lot of people live by.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I'm tired, right? A third night in a row, my son has gotten me up at some point in the night to tell me he has lost a tooth. 3 nights in a row now.
For real?
He has lost them. And every single one of them, you can see the teeth coming in. So I know he's not just, wiggling them out himself for the money. Like
They're really
coming out.
Oh, you want some bank on this, huh?
Oh, yes, because that tooth fairy, she pays.
It looks like it. Under his pillow, $20 a tooth. Wow. That's quite the thing. Oh, and Carolyn chokes up on that. No, it's not
Nope.
$20. It's a quarter. Lena, I don't know if you heard about Lena. Lena is that young girl who was on vacation with her family, and she lost a tooth on the plane. I think she's like 6 years old.
Oh, wow.
And she lost a tooth on the plane, but she didn't realize it. She was sleeping because they were like overseas, flying back home here.
Okay.
And so as they're going off to luggage, the little girl goes, "Oh, I lost my tooth." And they wanted to go find the tooth, and they can't go back in because you can't go through security. Everything's locked back up.
And you have to have a tooth to put under your pillow.
Right,
the
exactly.
rules.
And so I love what the pilot did. He wrote a note for the tooth fairy and said, "Hey, dear tooth fairy, Lena lost a tooth. It fell out on her flight back home. Please take this note and in place of her tooth."
Did the tooth fairy accept it?
Lena, this is from the tooth fairy. It's okay. I'll find your tooth. Keep brushing.
Whew.
Isn't that great?
That was a close
I
one.
love that the pilot did that. The airlines did that for this young little girl.
That's a big extra step for them.
Mm-hmm.
They're busy. They got a lot to do. But when a little girl is missing a tooth, you got to have the proof.
Right?
And that is above and beyond.
It sure is. And then I'm wondering about the person who found the tooth on the airplane, right?
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
This is one of my favorite things. So I grew up on the Legally Blonde era of movies. If you don't know, I can't help you. But she has a little dog. Her name is Elwood. She has a dog, and the dog sits in her purse, and she goes everywhere. And the dog
dresses
has
it up, right?
Accessories. Yes. Well, Gucci just came
Accessories.
out with their brand new pet line, and it is what I feel
Wait,
like.
who?
Gucci.
Oh.
I feel like Elle Woods would be so proud of me when I dressed my dog up like this. So they have little outfits for the dogs, and they have all like the collars that are Gucci. They have the bag that's Gucci. They have the sweaters that's Gucci.
I'm guessing
The
this is not like a
booties.
$20 thing.
Oh, no. You can get like a $7,500 made to order bed.
Really?
The little, on the leash, how proper people have the little poop bag holder so that
Yeah.
you always have one with you. It's almost $500 for the holder, not for
what?
the bags inside, not for the leash. That's extra.
Really? The dog
Yes.
cleanup thing on your leash is
Yes.
how much?
Like almost $500.
No, no.
Yes.
No.
And it's so cute. So I have Zoe, who is my Chihuahua, and she is super spoiled. And she has sweaters and outfits and Santa outfits, like all the seasons she has.
You really dress up your dog?
Oh, yes. Oh, and it
I
is
wonder
so-
if her dog even likes it.
She loves it.
Oh, come on. Really?
She loves me, and so she loves anything I put her in. One time
Sure
I came
she
home with
does.
a $20 sweater for her. It was like a handmade. I thought my husband was going to. There was no returns. He checked.
He doesn't like it either.
He checked, but no. Well, for $20, he was a little. You can go to Target and get them cheaper, but
Really?
yes,
But Gucci? I mean,
yes.
come on.
I mean, you know what? If I'm going to spend $1,000, first of all, if I have $1,000 and I spend it, I might as well just spend it on my dog.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Sotheby's. I don't know if you're familiar with Sotheby's. That's the place that does all those high-end auctions. They auction off art. They auction off cars. All this stuff for high priced. Millions of dollars. They're getting ready, and I kid you not, to auction off a dinosaur skeleton.
For what? For who?
For $10 million, whoever will buy it. Somebody's going to buy it. They say this thing is, they say it's 76 million years old.
Okay, first of all, I don't know. But also, more importantly, who has $10 million to buy dinosaur bones?
Oh, there are people that buy that kind of
Like,
stuff.
not a museum, not an organization.
This will be a private person who may put it in a museum. You never know. It's a Gorgosaurus, which is supposedly related to the T-Rex. $10 million they're guesstimating right now it's going to go for.
Okay, I just need you to picture this. You go over to someone's house. Hi, would you like a cup of coffee? Oh, look at my dinosaur.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I don't know if you're in almonds or anything like that, but I was just reading most almonds are made out of California, and there's a supply chain issue, which means they're having a hard time getting almonds out of California for those who produce the almonds, the farmers who actually grow these things. And so there's like 47 billion pounds of almonds that are stuck in California.
Well, if they're stuck, then are the farmers getting paid?
No. Same thing. So the farmers are having issues too because they cannot get these distributed overseas or here in America. They're having a hard time with that. So they're losing, if I read this right, they're losing like $4.7 billion worth of revenue for the farmers.
Well, maybe they'll make up for it because the almond milk went up by like $2.
Oh, I have no idea about that. They probably sell the almonds to the people who make it, which means that there will probably be a supply issue for almond milk if that's your thing. My wife buys that.
Yeah.
Almond milk.
It's amazing. But with the almond supply, I mean, and that's like enough to give every person in America like a handful or so, right?
You'd think, yeah.
Like, can we just stop starvation? Like, can we just go get in a line and get a thing of almonds?
Well, you've got to go to California to do all that. But that's a big thing.
Where do I put in my vacation time?
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Okay, I'm all about eating your fruits and your vegetables, but a plant-based diet altogether. And when I say plant-based diet, I'm not talking about a salad because that's where my brain initially goes is straight to the salad bowl. Like people are eating, like you're eating salad like every day.
And vegetables and things like that.
And it's not.
So what is the plant-based diet then?
Rather than eating a salad every day, they take the salad and they make it look like the food you actually want to be eating. So whether it's a plant-based burger or plant-based sushi or plant-based pasta, plant-based with a meat sauce, but it's not meat, it's a plant, or whatever it is. It takes the look of whatever, like it's a carrot for a hot dog instead of eating the hot dog, or it's, sushi.
Carrot for a hot dog? I never heard of that. Putting mustard and ketchup on a carrot? Mm-hmm. Ooh, relish on a carrot?
Pretty much what you're doing, but it looks like a hot dog. Mm-hmm. So you don't even know. That's what they say.
So you're not a fan?
I am for eating healthier. I am for eating salads, but I'm for plants. But no, if I want to eat sushi, I want to eat sushi.
What a quote! I'm for plants. I love the quote.
I love the plants.
So my wife makes some of these things. Like I try not to eat a lot of carbs because I'm so addicted to carbs.
Yes.
I could eat chips all day long. I look like a potato chip.
Chips
I
are
ate them all
plant.
day long.
They
a
are.
potato, yeah, but you get what I'm saying.
Oh, totally.
So zucchini, my wife makes lasagna out of zucchini instead of the pasta. Mm-hmm. And she uses cauliflower for a pizza crust. Mm-hmm. She'll do that. And I don't mind eating the bean burgers.
Okay.
It's, what happens afterwards, you don't want to be around me.
Oh, my goodness.
But the bean burgers, and you know what? Ninja, one of our producers, we have Jake and Ninja. Ninja has a thought about a dessert that is plant-based that you probably already eat.
Yes. So, cookies are made from vegetables. They're, healthy.
What?
Because flour is a plant.
Mm-hmm.
And sugar is, from the ground.
Yeah, but sugar's not a plant. Is sugar a plant?
Yes.
It's from the ground.
It is.
Okay,
It's a
well, that's
cane,
true.
And
That's
you have
true.
to chop it like a plant.
And the chocolate chips is a bean.
Okay,
A
so
legume.
cookies is plant-based.
Yes.
What is flour made of?
Flowers.
A grain.
A grain. Flowers is made of flowers, according to heroin.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Yeah, you probably don't know this, but Harlan's family is into football. She has a son who can tell you all the stats. How old is he?
He's 11.
11 years old, can tell you anything about football. Now, Jake Plummer was a quarterback. He was with Arizona and Denver, which Denver is, I think, is Harlan's favorite
Broncos
team.
are my team, yeah.
Broncos,
Not my
okay.
sons, but mine.
Okay. Jake Plummer, who was a quarterback for 2 teams, one of them was Denver Broncos, totally changed his career.
What is he doing now?
Totally. He grows mushrooms.
From a football player to a
To
planter.
growing mushrooms. Yeah.
Okay.
Some culinary and some he puts into like, supplements. That's the word I'm looking for. So now they're also in supplements, which helps, restorative sleep and energy and things like that. That's what he does today. He totally changed the course of his life.
Do they work quickly?
I could not tell you because I've never tried supplements with mushrooms in it, or at least I don't know.
I think because they're more like cream based, and then there's the vitamins, things like that. That's what he's into, I think. Wow, that's a career change.
It is.
Like that's like one day that's real. Like that's not like I went into radio one day. Like I went into radio and the next thing you know, like I'm a neuroscientist.
Yeah, right? Just doesn't happen that way.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune are now going to be 24/7 on a streaming channel.
That's like my top 2 shows if I'm going to watch TV.
Same with the in-laws. Whenever we're visiting the in-laws in Michigan and we're with them, 7 o'clock, it's Wheel of Fortune and then Jeopardy right after that. They do it every single weeknight.
I have my kids. They jump up and down, especially my 11-year-old. He's a lot of energy, and he jumps up and down with Wheel of Fortune, and they try to guess what it is, and they try to answer all the questions. It's so engaging, and we
Really?
can have conversations.
Well, now Pluto TV, I don't know if you know what Pluto TV, it's a streaming service that is absolutely free. So if you ever cut the cord to cable or satellite and you don't want to pay for any streaming service because it can get expensive to get all these streaming services to make up for what you don't have with cable anymore. So Pluto TV has specialized channels. Like they have The Tonight Show and Dog the Bounty Hunter, and then they have all the ones that you will see on cable that's kind of stripped it down and made it to a specialty thing just for Pluto TV. You have to put up with ads on it, like commercials. Now they're adding the Jeopardy/Wheel of Fortune channel on Pluto TV.
But both shows are still live on network television.
This is all the retro stuff.
So can't you learn from the retro things and then win on the regular one?
I wouldn't think they would repeat questions, especially with the older ones that could be a decade old.
There's like a million questions that Jeopardy asks every night, and you're telling me they don't repeat questions?
I don't know.
I think I found a loophole.
Ooh, it looks like Harlan's going to be getting Pluto
Study
TV.
and win.